These are the 5 most profitable businesses that you can start in 2025, with number 1 being very high potential. Starting with number 5, it's starting a handyman service-based business. With baby boomers aging, there's simply not enough handyman and laborers out there, making this a very high demand industry. And no matter how advanced technology gets, people always need someone to fix things up around the house or to assemble furniture. The margins are high and the startup costs are low. And according to Statista, the market is expected to grow from $333 billion in 2021 to $514 billion by 2028, almost doubling the market size. Number 4 on the list is online courses, and this one isn't very much liked by people, but here's the truth. Starting a business isn't magically just going to turn you into a millionaire. It's the expertise and the knowledge that you bring on a particular subject that can. People are willing to pay premium to learn high-value skills at their own pace, especially if it can help them in their career, their finances, or their hobbies. So if you have a lot of knowledge in a particular area, just know that there are people out there willing to pay a lot of money to learn from you. And according to Globe News Wire, the global e-learning market was worth $215 billion in 2021, and it's estimated to reach an expected value of $645 billion by 2030. That's tripling the market that it was in 2021, and that just shows how much opportunity there still is in this industry. And number 3 on the list is wholesale marketplace dropshipping. And this is another business model that's got a bad rep, but it's one that still works even in 2025. And personally, it's one of my favorite business models because you got no inventory required, it's got low startup costs, and your supplier handles the shipping. I've been in the e-commerce space for 10 years and I've sold products online using all sorts of methods. Just last year in 2024, I did $7 million in revenue, with 3 of it just coming from Amazon alone. So I really know the potential in this industry. With that being said, dropshipping isn't what it used to be. Trends evolve, technology advances, and consumer demand shift. And so for this to work, you really need to adapt and modernize your method of dropshipping on how you find suppliers and how you find your product. I have a whole series talking about this and showing how I got to $600,000 in revenue in a span of 10 months from scratch. So I created this new method of dropshipping, which is what I call wholesale marketplace dropshipping. And essentially what it is finding domestic suppliers and then listing their products on Marketplace. So you can check that out on my channel, but only do that after you watch this video because you don't want to miss out on what the number 1 business model of 2025 is. And according to Grandview Research, the global dropshipping market size was valued at $226 billion in 2022 and is expected to register a compound annual growth rate of 23.4% to 2030, which brings this market to a staggering $1.2 trillion by 2030. And number 2 on the list, and one that people don't really mention too often, is content creation. Think of content creation as a modern form of advertising. Everything you share, your knowledge, your experiences, your opinion, is a way to connect with others and build trust. This video, for example, by sharing my insights, I'm building a brand around myself, and this brand can later turn to traffic, opportunities, and revenue. This is why you have people like Alex Hormozi and Gary Vaynerchuk just dominating social media. They use content not just to teach, but to advertise themselves and their businesses, and to turn their expertise into trust, and then their trust into revenue. And finally, number 1 on the list, the most opportunistic industry to get into right now, is AI, artificial intelligence. When we think back to when internet first became mainstream, people didn't realize how revolutionary it was going to be. Some ignored it, while others built billion-dollar companies on it. And AI is the same. It's not a trend, it's a long-term shift, and it's really transforming how we create, how we automate, and how we innovate. So learning AI, even something simple like learning how to create simple automations for a business, can become a very high-paying job. And here's the crazy part. According to Statista, the global artificial intelligence market size was valued at $136 billion in 2022, and is projected to expand at a compound annual growth rate of 37.3% from 2023 to 2030, reaching $1.81 trillion by 2030. Let me know if there's any business that I missed or if there's any business that should not be on this list. Would love to hear from you. Leave your comments and questions below.